G'day everyone, it's Mark here and welcome back to the channel. And today we're looking at the second model in the fourth generation of Falcon, the Falcon XE. The XE Falcon was released in March 1982 and was produced to October 1984. 193,890 units were produced. The XE was a revised version of the XD Falcon, which it replaced. The external differences were restricted to a new nose with a rollover bonnet, new bumper bars, new rear bumper bar, new tail lights. The biggest technical changes were the introduction of the 4-link rear suspension, the Watts linkage, and that incorporated rear coil springs on the sedans. The wagons, the utes and the vans, though, they retained the rear semi-elliptical leaf springs that were used on the XD models. The 6-cylinder engines also benefited from the fitting of alloy cylinder heads, which happened midway through the XD series, but in the XE they were now dubbed Alloy Head 2. And the revised engines were fitted with twin Venturi Weber 34 ADM carburetors. Also fitted was a viscous clutch fan, which reduced power losses. You could certainly tell the difference between an XD 6-cylinder and an XE. There was less drain on the engine, and you didn't have that almost vacuum cleaner roar on the XE that you used to hear on the XDs. In fact, compared to the previous XD Falcon, the output increased from 84 kilowatts to 90 kilowatts for the base 3.3 litre engine, and up from 94 kilowatts to 105 kilowatts for the high compression variant of the 4.1 litre engine. Fuel economy was also improved for the models equipped with the 3.3 litre engine. Ford offered the option of a new 5-speed manual transmission. And whereas Ford had claimed fuel consumption of 8.5 litres per 100 kilometres, which is 33 miles per gallon highway for the XD model, the XE model actually achieved 7.5 litres per 100, which was 38 miles per gallon for the highway cycle, and 12.5 litres per 100, which was 22.6 miles per gallon for the city cycle for a 5-speed manually equipped XE 3.3 sedan. Big news also was the removal or the final production of the V8 powered Falcons. And as I said earlier, this was a really, it was a bad move by Ford, but Ford had seen significantly declining sales compared to the previous decade. Around 30% of XA Falcon sales had been fitted with V8s, but during the 1982 model year, there was only around 5% of the 66,849 XE Falcons produced that had V8 engines. So Ford could see that V8 sales were dwindling, and that was really because in 79 and 80 we saw a second fuel crisis, and there was a real push to go to the smaller cars, hence Holden releasing their VB Commodore in 78. But fuel prices soon stabilised and people did come back to the large car, and that played into Ford's hands. But unfortunately, along the way, the removal of the V8 engine certainly put a dent in their performance image. So the 25th of November 1982 marked the end of the Australian manufactured V8 Ford passenger car production. There were V8s that were continued to be offered in the ZK Fairlane and the FD LTD for some months after that. Some people say up into 1983. That's quite possible. I think I do recall seeing at least one Fairlane in that period, but others may want to venture an opinion on that one. Ford marked the end of V8 production with a silver 4.9 litre 302 cubic inch Fairmont gear ESP sedan. And that was fitted with a commemorative plaque on the dashboard that recorded the end of a 50-year era of V8 powered Ford passenger cars. What a shame, eh? So given there were no V8s anymore, Ford released an electronic fuel injected version of its 4.1 litre engine. And that was released in February 1983, and that incorporated the Bosch Jetronic LE fuel injection system. And while it was intended to replace the V8s, it initially only produced 111 kilowatts, which is 149 horsepower, and 250 newton meters of torque, which is 188 foot-pounds of torque, not that much. And that was well down from 140 kilowatts or 188 horsepower and 344 newton meters or 254 foot-pounds of torque of the 4.9 litre 302 V8, and nothing like the 5.8. The model range consisted of the Falcon GL sedan, the Falcon GL wagon, the Fairmont sedan, the Fairmont wagon, the Fairmont Ghia sedan, the Fairmont Ghia ESP, the Falcon utility, the Falcon GL utility, the Falcon van, and the Falcon GL van. In the XE series, Ford also differentiated the Fairmont Ghia sedans from the base Fairmont models by equipping them with a unique front styling feature, which incorporated wider headlamps that were offered with integrated driving lamps. Quite a nice touch. There was also a new version of Ford's S-Pack option that was available for the Falcon GL sedan and wagon, and also the Falcon Ute and the van. And they were all then badged Falcon S. While there was a new version of the European Sports Pack ESP option, which also was available on the Fairmont Ghia sedan. The XE ESP was available with the 4.1 litre 6-cylinder engine, the 4.9 litre V8, and the 5.8 litre V8. Obviously, once the V8s were dropped, you could also get the fuel-injected 6-cylinder 250 cubic inch 4.1 litre engine. During this period, Ford also achieved market leadership over Holden, becoming the #1 selling car, and this actually remained in place until 1988. Ford also achieved overall passenger car leadership during this period. From a motorsport point of view, Dick Johnson won the 1984 Australian Touring Car Championship behind the wheel of Group C specification XE Green's Tough Falcon. The XE Falcon range was also the recipient of the Australian Design Award. Limited edition models also followed, which included a GL-based Falcon X-Pack sedan and wagon in late 1982, the Fairmont Ghia limited edition sedan in late 1983, and then there was a GL-based Falcon Eclipse sedan and wagon in early 1984, and they featured a two-tone exterior paint treatment. Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that episode. The XE Falcon, pretty cool model. Last of the V8s. I think Ford made a big mistake there at removing the V8 engine from the range, and it wouldn't come back until EB, and that really left the door wide open for Holden, which is pretty ironic when you consider that Ford really started that whole performance market with the XR, with the 289 back in 1967. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please give a like and hit that old subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Bye.
In the race to provide a better combination of space and comfort, performance and economy, the Ford Falcon has always done well. Now, with the new Falcon, subtle changes have been made outside, significant changes made inside. The alloy head-tooth engine incorporates a viscous clutch fan, reducing engine drag. A two-stage carburetor meters fuel more accurately, more efficiently, and an optional 5-speed manual transmission is available for the 3.3-litre engine. The result? The new Falcon's economy figures are excellent for a 6-cylinder car and comparable with several 4-cylinder cars. Falcon's completely new Watts-Link rear-suspension system with 6-bar linkage and coil springs provides a smoother ride and safer road holding through better control. If you have a driving ambition to enjoy these new levels of economy and road holding and stay with the space and comfort you know, then remember this. Now more than ever, Falcon is the answer.
Newspapers all told me I should drive a smaller car. They said that in the future families won't travel far, but when the road is long and I'm driving through the night, and the kids are need some time for leisure, so it means a lot to sit right here